Earlier this month, we featured a story of a local young man who had developed an innovative touchless keypad that functions as a keypad does at an ATM to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. He's now been invited by the KZN Department of Economic Development at a technology exhibition that looks at using technology to take communities out of poverty. For more, let's cross live to our colleague Bongani Gema. A very good morning to you, Bongani. What's happening where you are?
Good morning, Desiree, and good morning to our SABC viewers. Yes, Desiree, we are at the Ohlange Institute here in Inanda, where to commemorate, or rather to celebrate the 67 minutes of Mandela, free Wi-Fi and the jail Dubo broadband is going to be rolled out here by the Moses Kotane Institute, working with the Department of Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs in the province. But Desiree, as you said, we ran a story about Senzon, a young innovator from the northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal who invented a touchless keypad, and he was invited, Desiree, to exhibit his work here at this particular event. And I have with me now Senzon, and my brother, thank you for your time. Just tell us, Senzo, after this broadcast you had with the SABC, what developments have there been with your innovation?
There is a huge difference, more especially when it comes to the side of contacts, because at that point I didn't know who to contact, who to speak to, who to lean to. I didn't know exactly. So, but right now there is definitely a path, there is a way forward. As they've invited me here to show off the work that I've done and also to interact with other scientists, it's an extraordinary moment for me.
All right, Senzo, now for a viewer who didn't see that broadcast, just explain to us what this touchless keypad is all about.
Oh, the touchless keypad, it's about the public using any kind of ATM or any buttons in a public space without touching it, only by pointing at the button, and the button works. It works exactly like that. Once you point at the button, and the button will be able to press itself, so that you can be able to sustain that part of a COVID-19, because more especially when you are on the ATMs, there is definitely no way that you can be able to run away from touching the buttons. So after I've invented this, I definitely see a way forward into too many things that we are using that we'd be able to use without touching them, but still using them as safely as they were before.
All right, thank you for your time. Now, Desiree, moving on from Senzo, I have with me here Mr. Mbulelo Hlobo, who's from the broadband in Frasco, part of the organizers of these events here. He's going to be telling us, Desiree, really what the jail Dube broadband is all about. Mr. Mbulelo, thank you for joining us. Just tell our viewers about the jail Dube broadband.
Okay, good morning to the listeners. The jail Dube Broadband Foundation, with the Economic of Development, also led nationally by the Minister Stella Ndabeni Abrams, we decided to roll out free Wi-Fi throughout the province. This emanated from the SA Connect project, which is currently run by the ministry. Now, what we have done, and with also identifying the challenges of COVID, is that we found kids in rural areas, under-serviced areas that don't have connectivity, are struggling to even submit their assignments. Now we felt like we need to start doing a rapid deployment, here free Wi-Fi. And on that note, we decided, let's start Evezoguhle, which was in Pietermaritzburg, and now we are here at JL Dube Foundation, which is a historical area of our first president, JL Dube.
Now, besides this free Wi-Fi and this broadband is going to be helping learners from this school, in terms of SMMEs, what assistance is this going to be to them?
This program is fairly earmarked for our SMMEs. What we're doing today, we'll be mounting a tower in our first spot. That tower will be facing the entire community of Inanda. Our intention is to establish a number of ISPs that will be running on the ground, selling data and airtime, so that we get our people connected at lower data cost. But secondly, we're targeting to have at least a minimum of 50 SMMEs running around selling data And then in that way, we'll be able to create a lot of ISPs as we move on.
Now, behind us here, there are tables, as we can see, and we understand that Senzo is not only the exhibitor who's going to be here today. Just tell us the exhibitors that you can expect to be seen here.
Yes, thanks to Senzo for coming here, but in addition, we had decided that we need to catch the kids while they are still young. Now we decided to introduce robotics, drones, and playing with the games. Now, if you look at the tables here, those are all the robotic sets that the kids will be taught. They will be led by Dr. Ross, who's a master behind the idea. It's to teach the kids while they are still young in terms of robotics, science, maths, and technology. So that by the time we fast track this program, as they grow with the program, then we'll be able to increase intelligence around maths. We want to shift the focus on kids only focusing on other subjects. The main subjects that we fairly want to drive aggressively, it's the robotics and science and technology and maths.
Now, moving on from Mohlang, we understand that this program will not be ending here today. What can we expect moving forward?
You know, we call this program a popcorn effect because when we move from here now, we're going to Ilembe district, where we'll be doing almost a similar thing, putting towers, connecting the community, teaching the kids about robotics, and more importantly, to leave the community and the schools and those areas with free Wi-Fi at the end of the day.
Thank you very much for your time, sir. Now, Desiree, there you have it, a very important day here, digital migration, digital revolution. Desiree, understand that the MEC for Economic Development and Tourism, Environmental Affairs in the province, Ms. Nomusa Dube-Ngcobo, is also on the way to join these exhibitors who are going to be showing us their amazing work, Desiree, to celebrate the birthday of this important figure in our country, Nelson Mandela. Back to you in studio.
Thank you so much. What a beautiful story. You're watching The Agenda. Let's take a break.